Let's step inside Epic Universe for the very first time for a full first look. I am on the bus. I'm about to go over to Epic Universe for the first time. I am so excited. I'm like freaking out. I barely slept. I kept waking up like it was Christmas morning when I was a little kid. You know that like night before you get to go on a theme park trip and you're just like out of your mind excited, or you get to the hotel late and you're sleeping in the hotel for the first time? That was how last night felt to me. I cannot wait for this. Dark Universe and everything is going to be so incredible. So I just can't wait to get inside. And I'm so excited you guys are coming along with me. I hope you can feel the vibes. This is how we feel about this. Okay, I'm on the bus. I'm standing right by the Chronos right now. I'm so excited. I like have involuntary tears in my eyes. I'm gonna cry off my glitter freckle. This is so cool. I am here on a media preview, so thank you very much, Universal, for having me to this special preview of Epic Universe. I'll be on a VIP tour today, where we'll be checking out so much of the park, including some things that no one, even the team member previews, have been able to experience before. We're walking through Celestial Park right now, which is the hub of Epic Universe. It is beautiful. It feels so expansive and gorgeous, and one thing that I love, the pathways are huge. So I think the traffic flow, they've thought of it a little here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. For those that are doing our next stop, you're not gonna believe it. We are heading to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. This is Wizarding Paris, where you travel by Blue Powder to get to the ride, the Ministry of Magic. Trial of Dolores Umbridge. I cannot wait for this. This ride has not really been like talked about that much yet because it hasn't really been up for team member previews. So we are going to be some of the first people to actually get to ride it. This is cool.
You'll see there's a centaur there to your very far left here.
Okay, we're about to head in here for Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. Now, this ride sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool. There aren't a lot of details about it. And you are there for the trial of Dolores Umbridge, which is scary. Dolores Umbridge is scary, we can all agree that. So I've heard the queue is spectacular. We're gonna take some steps inside and see it for ourselves. This is the very first day that anyone has been allowed to ride Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. And I just got off. Whew. Very cool ride. It's a little bit like a cross between, it's like if a super modern Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man with a dash of Rise of the Resistance and a dash of Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. You see a lot of screens, but they're not the big dome screens, and I'm motion sickness prone and had no issues even paying attention the whole time. The movement of the ride vehicle is super cool, very fluid, and the screens are very crisp. Like everything on the screens was so like crisp and clear. It was hard to tell sometimes what was a practical effect and what was on the screen. Speaking of practical effects, there's a lot of animatronics. Harry animatronics, Ron animatronic, there's Umbridge animatronics, Higgledy the house elf. You see just like so many, and they're really good. They're really well lit, and they like move so smoothly that for some of the Death Eater animatronics, I thought that they had live actors because they move so smoothly. It's very thrilling. There's a lot of action, and you go all throughout the Ministry. You get to see so many parts of the Ministry. It really captures the magic of feeling like you're going inside the Harry Potter books. in the queue especially, it's really neat because Higgledy talks about Spew, which is Hermione's like journey to get the house elves emancipated, and that's really only referenced in the books, but it's a pretty big part of the queue and Higgledy's story, and it's really neat to have that represented here. I just loved that so much. So really big fan of them incorporating so many things from the books. You get to see Frank and Alice Longbottom in the queue, Mad Eye Moody in the queue. So it to me, it felt once again like I felt when I first walked in Hogwarts Castle at Forbidden Journey. Like I was stepping into the Harry Potter books and I was just delighted the entire time I was in the queue. And then the ride, even though it is like an original story that is not from the books, it still feels like you're in that world. It feels so whimsical and magical. Particularly the part I won't spoil the story too much, but of course, Umbridge, things go a little awry, time turners are involved, and you do end up in a time void when you're trying to go to Umbridge's trial. So will justice be served? The battle at the Ministry is how you find out. This is unbelievable. The amount of story already that we've heard inside of Dark Universe. I feel like I'm walking inside of a classic monster novel, which, as you may know, are some of my favorites. Dracula is my favorite book. There's storytellers making jokes and telling stories of the monsters. There's like lore of all the vampires that have been here. The Invisible Man standing in the doorway. I'm looking at the Invisible Man. I'm visiting Darkmoor. I thought I'd come say hi to you guys since you live here.
You are new to Darkmoor.
New to Darkmoor, first time, yeah.
And what do you think?
I love it. I think it's wonderful.
You love it.
Yes, I do.
Yes. It is a good home.
Yes.
He is also new to Darkmoor.
Are you? Yes, Victoria's Frankenstein monster, correct?
He is not a monster.
Not a monster. Victoria made you.
Yes.
Friend. Victoria's friend? Complicated?
Work there.
He just worked for Victoria.
Okay,
I
works
am
for
his
Victoria.
friend.
Okay.
Of me.
You think she takes care of you. I think she's quite mean to you.
Feed me.
Do you think we could be friends?
Yes,
Friends?
a new friend. Gentle.
Gentle.
You are right to be afraid. Darkness lies ahead. Now is the time to abandon all.
Monsters Unchained. That was awesome. It was really, really awesome. There are so many animatronics. It is so scary. Although I will say it is not Halloween Horror Nights jump scare scary. It is, you know, if you're comfortable watching a Universal Monsters movie, you'll be comfortable writing this. From a scare perspective, I will say I did get motion sick. Not super motion sick, but I am a little nauseous right now. And I'm motion sickness prone, but I'm not the most sensitive. This ride is probably a no-go if you are super motion sickness sensitive. If you, it's worse than Guardians. It is much better than Forbidden Journey, but it's the same ride system and it shakes you up. I'm a little motion sick. I would say worth it, and I will ride it despite the fact that it makes me feel a little bit like this. But it is something to be aware of. It is more thrilling than Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. The ride moves you around a lot more. Although honestly, there's so much to look at. I wasn't even focusing on the movement of my ride vehicle. I was focusing on all the animatronics and the monsters. There were so many animatronics that were moving so fast, and they were huge. The animatronics were massive. My favorite was the Dracula animatronic because I want to kiss it, which you can buy a shirt of. that says that from the AllEars store right now until Tuesday, limited release. But I also, my biggest jaw drop moment was the mummy coming down from the ceiling. It was incredible. So keep an eye out for that if you do get to ride it. This is a must-do. I would steer clear if you are motion sick or if you've got little kiddos who aren't going to understand that it's not real. It's a scary premise and scary monsters, so something to be aware of.
There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing, better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness. And only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge, Count Dracula.
Curse of the Werewolf, we just was right on that. We're kind of placing at this point. Curse of the Werewolf was really cool. It's very short. I think that's a good thing because you do spin quite a lot. It's not like a mechanical spinning, it's free spinning. So it's the way the cars are weighted, it spins depending on where you are in the track. And sometimes you spin a lot, sometimes you spin a little less. You always spin a good amount. I thought it was very fun. I thought it was surprising. I think it'll be a little bit much for some folks with spinning, but I heard a lot of little kids loving it. Because they're young and spry and can handle a lot of spinning and like a lot of spinning. I don't think there's other rides really like it because of the fact that it's spinning based on its weight. The closest thing I could accustom it to is maybe Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because of the swinging. Not a lot of theming to the actual coaster, and the coaster itself is short. The best part, you pass two werewolves kind of freaking out at you, which is really awesome. Fun theme, fun short little coaster. Don't know that it'll be worth the long wait, but I enjoyed it. Now we are making our way to ride Constellation Carousel, which is here behind me. This is a family attraction. It is a carousel, but not a traditional one. Basically, all of the little cars ride, you can they are on swirling platforms. They sort of swirl and dance around each other. They're really interestingly designed, inspired by constellations, and they're really cool. It looks like a very beautiful ride and super fun, I think, to do with little ones, especially, but I love a carousel. Okay, just got off the Celestial Carousel. This is a super cute ride and a super unique carousel. You get lifted up pretty high while you're riding on these things, and the music is very magical, inspirational. So if you kind of relax, it really does feel like you're soaring among the constellations. I think that any kid will love this. I have pros and cons about the ride seat, because on the con side, I do not think that ride seat, the main one that most of them are, where you're actually sitting in a saddle, is going to be comfortable for everybody. They do have other options though. They have accessible vehicles, and they also have just seated, they call them moon boats, that are just regular seats. So the main ride vehicle isn't comfortable for everybody. Also, you can ride two to one of those. Basically, one person sits in the big saddle, and then probably your kiddo or your partner sits in the little saddle in the front. It is an intimate situation, so you'll want to be close with the person who you ride this with. It's Quincy coming to you live from actually an epic universe. I just sat down at Oak & Star Tavern. This is a quick service restaurant in Celestial Park serving up a barbecue menu. The atmosphere is super cute. There's animals painted on the walls, and you can see these owls in this tree hearth in the center of the entryway. It looks a little strange while I'm here because it is set up for the event, the media event, but I'm gonna try out all the food, and I figured you could join me as our little tasting portion of this video. We have a sampling of the menu here. This isn't how the presentation will look when you come here, because we are doing banquet style for the event, but nice sampling of the menu: pork, chicken, cauliflower, salad, mac and cheese, free cheese mac and cheese. It looks really tasty. I'm excited to try it out, and I'm excited to take a breather. So this has been a very intense day so far, and we've only been in 2 portals. I literally got a little of everything that they offered us. We have here their 3 cheese mac and cheese, their baked beans that have pork in them, harissa cauliflower, their salad options with Boursin cheese and white balsamic and grilled pears, a big old thing of chicken, Kahlua pork, and the jackfruit. And this is their mango bread, which I've already heard many things about the mango bread, so I'm pretty excited about trying it out. I also just went and picked up this Celestial Spritz, which is the Coca-Cola Freestyle Machine Celestial Park mix, exclusive. Pumped to try it. Look at the acorns in the chair. So this is the Hawaiian bread. We're gonna try this first. Oh, that's good. It's like pound cake, truly. That's tasty. That might be the best quick service mac and cheese I've ever had in a theme park. Oh, creamy. Because of the three cheeses, it's got like a little bit of like sharpness to it, but it's also super creamy, smooth. It's cavatappi noodles, which in my opinion, best noodle for mac and cheese. And it's got savory kind of herbs on top, and there's even like the baked topping of it. That's real good. The baked beans have huge, delicious chunks of pork in them. They really do feel like Southern style baked beans. Definitely have brown sugar in them where they're a little bit sweet. Still really hearty. I love harissa, and that's what the cauliflower is. Spicy. Like actually a little spicy. Actually has like a burn in my mouth. And the harissa shoots straight up in your nose with like a smokiness. Really interesting side dish. That's not gonna be for everybody. It's definitely a little bit more of an adventurous flavor. And I am surprised by the heat. It's not enough that like I would need to take breaks between bites, but there's a really pleasant like hot tingle in my mouth. So if you don't like spicy, the chicken is the slightest touch dry, but definitely a more picky eater friendly option. The seasoning on it isn't overwhelming at all. Just feels like a nice chicken. I'm excited about the Kahlua pulled pork. I love pulled pork. And I'm from North Carolina, so it's my chosen form of barbecue, and I'm very picky about it and my barbecue sauce. The pulled pork is well cooked. You can tell it's not cooked for a long time. It's not super tender, but it is well cooked and still really nice. Their barbecue sauce is really interesting. It's a unique, very sweet barbecue sauce in a fruity way. It has sort of like almost like a berryness to it. I don't think it actually has berries, but that's the type of sweetness that it is. It goes well with the pork. I think meat options wise, I would go with the pork from these options. But I do also have the vegan option to try, which is the barbecue jackfruit. It's good for barbecue jackfruit. Jackfruit is a lot of times what they try to replace barbecue with for vegan diets. And in my opinion, it has a little too much of its own acidic, fruity flavor to really carry the flavor of barbecue. That's quite good though. It's very tender and soft, kind of explosive flavor in your mouth. And honestly, that's a little spicy as well. So a lot of flavor to it. It's just, it's not that barbecue replacement that it tries to be. Trying to try the Celestial Spritz. I have no idea what that combo is, but it's good. It's very refreshing. Reminds me a little bit of drinking an Aperol Spritz, but without the bitterness, so it might be grapefruit. Looks like it could be grapefruit. It's tasty, and it's exclusive, so I feel like you gotta, I am also trying out some of their desserts. This is their banana pudding, and then this is their toffee cake with pecan ice cream. So I'm pretty excited about particularly this guy. It's got that like caramelized, kind of like almost like burnt taste that hits right in the very back top of your throat. You can like smell it on your nose a lot, almost like it's smoky. And it's in both the ice cream and the cake. So that's a very strong flavor. It's definitely tasty. This is like my favorite type of dessert. It's like a warm cake with ice cream, and this is only okay. So I don't know that I'd recommend it. I do think it's kind of hard to go wrong with banana pudding. And this is not the best banana pudding I've ever had. But it's also not the worst. It's grocery store banana pudding, but it's a grocery store in the South. Okay, quick check-in. I am having a hard time picking my favorite land at this point. Dark Universe, I think, is my favorite just because I personally love the monsters. But I think that each land has been crafted with the same level of care. The most immersive is Wizarding World because it has that enclosed feel like the other Wizarding Worlds. Whereas like in Dark Universe, you can see Helios Grand Hotel. However, they're all incredibly well done. I'm about to head into Super Nintendo. I am having the best time. My feet are tired. But I'm gonna ride a roller coaster where the car seems to jump the tracks. And you're coming with me.
3, 2, 1.
Nintendo, we did Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This is a really interesting ride. It uses augmented reality. It's a slow-moving ride, but it doesn't always feel that way because you're wearing goggles. They can make you feel like you're going faster, slower. You aim with your face and you shoot shells at Team Bowser. You're playing for Team Mario. It is a fun ride. I'm gonna say I've ridden this a couple of times because it is the same as the ride in Universal Hollywood. And you'll see footage on the screen right now from the Universal Hollywood version because we can use footage from Universal Hollywood. It's the same as that ride. It took me a few times riding it to really get the hang of it. Now I enjoy it, but I think it's a must ride for anyone who loves Nintendo. It is just, you might want to watch a video about it, learn a bit about it a little bit first. We're going to be releasing a video that's a lot more in-depth about the rides, and hopefully that one helps break down a little bit more about this ride for you. So keep an eye out for that on the channel coming soon, but really fun. And whew, I'll tell you one thing I've learned, this is not a one-day park. 2 days, maybe. And honestly, to really do everything and feel like you have time to do everything, it might be a 3-day park, which feels wild to say, but I really do feel that way. Continued from Nintendo World into Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country is insane. It's like a whole new land inside a land. The vibes completely change when you walk through the like archway to get in here. It's cool. It's cool in here. And relaxing in a weird tropical way. My Kart Madness is wild. It's on a cantilever system, so it really looks like your car is jumping the track. And I'll tell you, I was not ready for that. It was a surprising leap that it does. And it's kind of herky-jerky. It's a very rough ride, even though it's a slower family coaster. I think kiddos are gonna love this one. I loved it. I thought it was surprisingly thrilling because watching the track disappear is kind of a shock. But it is so herky-jerky that it's a little, you gotta be ready for it. You know, I took an ibuprofen earlier, so that was good, but still.
System shut down.
Really well done entrance into this land. You walk in and it's beautiful. There's like the spire in the distance and then the huge Viking statues. My favorite part is the dragon houses on the hill, which are so cool. The amount of water just in the two areas that I've been in so far, Celestial Park and Isle of Berg, make the park feel so alive. The cast member cocktails are super in universe. Costumes are super in universe. And the thing that made me cry actually was walking past a team member who was waving really excitedly, and she was like, "Welcome travelers, welcome to Isle of Berg. How was your journey in?" And it just, I don't know, I felt like I was there. We walked past the ice dragon, really, really big, and he does breathe like ice breath, and it's like fog. It's really cool. He was like a showstopper, and he's literally just out in the land. There's no like waiting in line to see him. He's just out there. Definitely still does feel like a theme park though, in a way that like Wizarding World doesn't. Like for instance, you know, you can see the coasters and you feel like you're in a theme park, but it feels really immersive. It feels really magical to be in Isle of Berg. And as a dragon kid, I am emotional about it. I'm really overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed. It's like there's real dragons. I was a dragon kid. I had the dragonology book, so this is just really crazy. I wasn't expecting to have this intense of a reaction this quickly. We're headed in to see the untrainable dragon. There's no filming inside the show, but I will tell you about it, and I'm already emotional and I'm really nervous about what's gonna happen to me personally. I just saw the untrainable dragon. It was incredible. The show itself is super cute, like theme park length and a good story, great dancing and fun projections and effects. I love the puppetry, but I had one of those moments I'll remember as one of those magic moments where sometimes just like magic feels real, the stories you love feel real in a theme park. And I had one of those moments with Toothless flying above the crowd and with Hiccup on his back. It felt so real. The way they do it is so incredible. The room fills with fog and it looks like you're up in the clouds, and all of a sudden Toothless and Hiccup fly out above you, flying around the whole room, and it looked so real. I had tears streaming on my face. It was so incredible. I love these movies, so it was just really great. And now I'm looking at another real dragon. It's right here. Hi, Hiccup. Hi, how's it going?
It's going well.
I'm Quincy.
Quincy, it's
Yeah.
a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Hiccup.
Yes.
I'm chief of the village.
Wow.
You've
Pretty big, yeah.
I'm still figuring it out. Chief was really more my dad's thing, but we're doing the best we can, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And this is toothless, right?
Of course, yes. Yeah, there it is. I know, Ron, you are very impressive. Yeah. Well, have you ever met a dragon?
I've never seen a dragon in real life ever.
Well, now you have.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of dragons here, but toothless is maybe the best one ever. I would say so. Yeah. Oh, I know. What would we do without you? Would you like to see?
I would love to. Come around this side. Okay.
Take your hand and stick it above his nose.
Okay.
And he'll come right to you.
Hey,
Don't worry.
good.
He's just getting your sick.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and that smile is a good sign. Yeah, no, he loves all the attention he's getting today, don't you, bud? Hey, why don't you join us?
Yeah, thanks. I love that.
Have you seen this yet?
No?
All of this. You know what this is?
What?
Shelving. Have you ever
Wow.
seen shelving?
I mean, yeah, but this is the best.
Let me tell you about this shelving.
Okay.
All right. This shelving was not here earlier this week.
Really?
No. And I went into that establishment right over there.
Sure.
And I said, excuse me, where do you get all of these things to display? All of the beautiful
Sure.
swords and spears you put in there.
Yeah.
And they told me where they got it from. So I came out here and I prayed to the god IKEA. And I said, IKEA, bring forth the shelving. And the next day it was here.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
That's unbelievable.
Oh, it was
It's like
amazing.
magic.
Took forever to build it, but
Yeah.
it came.
Oh, yeah, lots of little parts.
Oh, lots of them, lots of them.
Those brute. I really don't want to say that I like Isle of Berk better than Dark Universe. I think I like them both equally right now. Dark Universe is wonderful. Isle of Berk is magical. I met Toothless. I got to hang out with Gobber, who is very funny. That's why they call him Gobber the Belch. It's just so. It's really cool. It feels wonderful to be here. Unfortunately, Epic Universe isn't quite ready for nighttime previews, so the park does close in just 10 minutes, and our tour is wrapping up. So didn't quite get through everything today, but we'll be back before it opens in May. You guys, it's cool. It's 4 really incredible lands and an awesome hub with a great crowd flow and some nice flowers. I didn't get to do everything today, but from what I did do, this is awesome. 100% worth the ticket price. I will be back for fun and for work many, many times. We're going to do a lot of content here. I think some of my biggest takeaways are that one, if you want to do everything, this is not a one-day park. I was on a VIP tour and we couldn't get through everything, and we only stopped to eat one meal. Granted, the park's only open today. We were only here from about 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., but even with another hour or two, I really don't think that we would have quite been able to get through everything. So I don't think it's a one-day park, and that was without stopping to eat, which is wild. That's a pretty big deal that they've added a park that probably takes 2 days here. I also think that this park, a lot of the rides aren't for everybody, and they do have really great family rooms and child swap scenarios, but I was actually surprised by how family friendly the park feels. One, there's a lot of family coasters at this park where your older kids can kind of join along with the fun. And the characters are really family friendly, even in Dark Universe, where they're supposed to be a little scary. And Dark Universe is intentionally, it's like the vibes are right, but it's not super scary, so that your kiddo won't get freaked out walking around in there, especially during the daytime. There are so many things that I can't wait to do again from this park, and so many things that I felt so magical doing the first time. And on top of all of that, I think that today had one of those theme park moments, and it was when I saw Toothless fly very first thing this morning. So, incredible park. There's so much more to see of it. We're gonna have to wait a bit to see, but we will see. And thank you guys for being here with me. I feel so incredibly lucky that I get to do this with y'all and get to show you guys this park. We're gonna learn all about it. We're gonna be the absolute pros, so that if you are spending your money to come here, you know where all the good bathrooms are. You know how to get the short waits. We're gonna learn all of that. So stay tuned to our site, our socials, and our YouTube. If you're still here, like this video and drop the secret code in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. We do news, tips, challenges, and more from Universal and beyond 7 days a week. It's been so real, you guys. This has been wild. Seriously, thanks for being here with me. Love y'all. Bye.